Earlier this morning, we started with 3 of the 4 stock indices being lower for a 5th straight session, the Russell being the exception. But as I speak to you right now, only the NASDAQ is below the flat line anymore. The Dow is up actually 0.5%. The Russell's up 0.4. The S&P up 0.25%, but the NASDAQ still down a little bit less than 0.1%. Given the strength in the other 3 indices, we can just say that the NASDAQ is right below the flat line. Data overnight, Germany's inflation rate comes in higher than last month, but right on forecast, both in the year over year and the month over month terms. Germany and EU services PMIs both better than expected, but still in contraction territory. Initial jobless claims in the US lower than expected, and ADP employment change comes in at plus 164,000 jobs, which was better than expected and better than the last read. Both US composite and services PMI from S&P Global were better than last month, with the composite slightly lower than expected, in services slightly better than expected, but all in expansion territory, so above that 50 line. Now, rates are up again after a little bit of a break yesterday, so that's 2 of the last 3 sessions. A 10-year note approaching 4% again, 3.98 as I speak to you right now, and you're looking across the curve at yields up between 5 basis points and 8 basis points as I speak to you right now, with the 2s10s inversion sitting at negative 40. Now, non-farm payrolls are due out tomorrow. Analysts expect 150,000 jobs added to the non-farm rolls. The whisper number, though, closer to 172,000, so be careful with the number in between those 2 numbers. The unemployment rate is expected to move from 3.7% to 3.8%, and average hourly earnings are expected to drop 0.1%, both year over year and month over month. Those are the key things you have to look for in tomorrow's number. Now, looking ahead on the earnings front today after the close, no companies with market caps over $1 billion reporting, but tomorrow before the open, we have 2. One is Constellation Brands, that's wines, beers, and spirits wholesale. 2 stores and restaurants, think Prisoner Wines, Robert Mondavi, Ruffino, Modelo, High West Bourbons, Fedka Vodka, Casa Nobel, Tequila, etc. The other is railcar giant, the Greenbrier companies. They make rail cars and lease rail cars. They're not a railroad company. Data tonight, Japan's Jibun composite and services PMI data. Tomorrow, Canadian employment data and the non-farm payrolls data in the US that I already mentioned.